Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the legacy of the Bourbon Daily. My name is
do that too.
I think. My name is Vic New. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jeff Andruzzi, Justine Mays, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey,
What's
guys.
happening?
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hello. So yeah, we're going to be talking today about the legacy of the Bourbon Daily. Fun stuff. Stuff as you get to be where I'm at right now, you get reflective about things and where do things stand and stuff like that. And I want to talk about specifically about the show. We've done shows about me and stuff like that, but let's talk about this show and what we think that means. And I'll give you guys an update on where the Bourbon Daily is and what we got planned. Some may have heard that already, some may not have. We'll talk about that. McNew, you said there's something you wanted to talk about, though. What is that?
Yeah, this could be like... What is that?
Yeah, that was the warden texted me, so I had a question.
That's not a good ringtone.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's awful.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Oh, my God.
No,
It's appropriate.
not
You
good.
just
It
went
just
over on The
deflates
Price
you.
is Right.
It just deflates you when you get one of those. It's like, oh, God.
That's exactly...
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and when she calls, it's the Darth Vader thing. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I
dun,
can
dun,
appreciate.
dun. Yeah.
Price is Right misguessing. That's
oh, my
not.
God.
Oh.
Oh, I say to the, I'll tell you what, it gets a laugh every single time. So I'm at the barrel shop and we'll get, I'm talking to a customer sitting at the bar and I get one of those, I'm like, oh God, it's the wife. And then it plays well. Everyone laughs. There's nobody like, oh, that's terrible.
But they don't know the warden. We know the warden.
No.
That's not right.
No. You get to know the warden more if you start staying at the house. So, like, Justine
Well,
sees
yes,
it,
this
which
is true. Yes,
you get to
I
see
haven't
the
taken
full-blown
advantage of that
anger about
opportunity.
things. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
when
We
you
know
drink
that your
her
position on
whiskey
ice
and eat her cookies, yeah.
No kidding.
Hey, you don't pay for
Oh,
iced
yes.
tea? What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Iced tea. Yes. Yeah. So, okay.
Oh my gosh.
What were
So,
we talking about, McNew?
Yeah.
okay, I haven't even brought it up yet, but I wanted to know, do you guys have like an item of clothing you cannot get rid of? Whether it is like so stained, ratty, just nasty, and like you can't get rid of it. Because I have one, but I wanted to hear if you guys have one.
Well, I've never been to Key West, so my underwear drawer is full of relics.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
need
kidding.
to-
I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
You need
kidding.
to go to Key West and
need to go to Key
I
free
know,
yourself.
but I'm kidding. I definitely have some T-shirts that have outlived their usefulness, and I've been yo-yoing on weight over the years, so sometimes I get rid of a bunch, then you got to buy them back again because you get big again. So, but I have some that are just they're just, why are you wearing
Buy 'em
that?
back.
Well,
I actually buy Jeff's underwear and resell them to him then.
Right,
So-
right. So
when he buys them back.
Well,
yeah.
how far along are those T-shirts, Jeff? Have they gotten to the point where you have to cut the sleeves off so you can relive them again?
I don't have any of that, but there's holes that the neck is all stretched out. It's like McNew. It's hanging off the shoulder.
Just gently hanging off the shoulder.
Nip slips every now and then.
It happens.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
It's spectacular, Tim. But there's some of that still hangs around. The rest of the clothes, no, but it's going to be a T-shirt or a sweatshirt. I love sweatshirts, and I've got some that barely fit. They're just tight. I said I'm going to fit in this again someday, and it's just ratty and gross.
Right.
And it's clean. It's clean, so it's not really gross.
It's clean, but
it's clean, but it's horrible.
Nonetheless.
Well, I think Steve, I think you mentioned, for the ladies though, for a Indreezy nip slip, it's on sale right now for 20% off to $10.95.
Oh yes,
see that.
There we go.
Just in case of the ladies in the audience out there are interested.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
sure. Well, it'll be interesting to see.
Probably get fined by the FCC or something, but I don't think we're going to get any takers.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I would say this hat that I'm wearing is disgusting, and I've worn this since I had the barrel shop, and I've just embraced it. I'm like, and especially as I knew a couple of years ago I was going to be transitioning out, and I'm like, I'm going to wear this hat, even though it shouldn't be worn anymore, because it's part of me and the barrel shop. And I'm going to leave it at the barrel shop on the day I retire, because I feel like this business.
I get that.
I worked hard for this business, and there's sweat in there, and it's gross. But that sweat comes from a lot of it from making sure that place stayed open. We had some rough times in there, and there's a lot that went into that place being able to be open. And that this hat is reflective of it. So I was like, I'm not going to get a new hat. I have new hats, but I don't wear them unless it's like something where I have to. But
you're going to put it under glass so it's really its own showpiece, or?
I'm going to, if you've been in the shop, you see where Papaw's hat is. I'm going to take Papaw's hat because I want to give it back to Royce. And, once I don't own the shop anymore, I don't control that stuff. I mean, I would always give that back, but it needs to go back to Royce and on display at the distillery because that's the one that he always wore.
So
I'm going to hang my hat there.
It's been on loan. It has been on loan,
and it's time it goes back to the Neely family. And yes, so that's the plans for the hat long term. So yes. I'll switch them out. So yeah.
That's a good one, Steve. The hat concept. I've got some hats that really should have been burned or something.
Right. Yeah. Who else? McNew asked the question. Justine, you got any clothes it's like?
You got any hoodies with elbow holes in it?
You know they're bad, but you still hang on to it because you like them for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I have like my Stumpy's sweatshirts that are.
You're gonna have to get rid of those.
There's like
You're gonna cease and desist from Old Monroe,
right?
And you can't wear that anymore.
There are 3 of them that are kind of worn out. And
hello,
double McNew.
2 of me. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you clone yourself?
She did.
No, it froze, and then I had to jump back in. I don't know.
Okay. We're back down to just one McNew, folks.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I can't get rid of them. I mean, I don't really wear them that much. Those 3 that much anymore, but I can't get rid of them.
Okay. All right.
Because they're my Stumpy sweatshirts.
They're your Stumpies. Okay. Tim, you asked a question. I mean, you haven't answered yet. I mean,
I haven't answered yet. So there is a light blue with black. It's a light hoodie with a yellow strand, ABV Network. That light hoodie that we all gushed over, probably circa 2022-ish, that I just cannot get rid of. I won't be able to do it. I'm with you on the hats, too. So I got some sweat stains on some Neely hats, some Nobleton's hats.
Right.
Just some hats that I've worn forever. I wear them outside to work out or to work in the garden and do whatever it may be. I can't give up because that I don't want to let go of that time that we shared together.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a tough one. All this is pretty tough. I mean, I mean, for me, it's really tough seeing this coming to a close on everything and this stuff. But I want to remember them, and I'm going to keep on wearing them until I can't anymore.
Right.
I
Unlike
can't
my holy
picture.
underwear.
I can't picture Tim in a hat because why would you cover that luxurious hair?
Yeah.
Occasionally it works out, but yes, when I have to keep that sweat out of my brow, you'd be surprised where it collects.
Yeah.
Okay. McDew, you asked a question. What clothes you got?
Yeah, so it is a sweatshirt. It's a North Face sweatshirt, and it's white. And I know better than for me to buy white because that's really not going to work out well.
You got barbecue sauce on it. You got ranch sauce on it.
Lots of ranch.
Yep. The week after I bought it, I spilled wine on it, and wine, like red wine stains, don't really come out.
Okay.
So
That's solid.
On it, and then there's like grease from like a freaking cheeseburger on it.
Oh yeah, nice, classy.
Yes.
But I can't. It's like the coziest, comfiest, roomiest sweatshirt I have, and I'm like, I can't get rid of it. Also, now I can't wear it in public. But like, if I'm going to be at home at night, or like just sitting outside when it's cooler, or like watching a movie, I'm like, that is like my go-to cozy sweatshirt. And I'm like, I look like a bum with all these stains. And I'm like, I could go buy a new one. They're right there at Dick's Sporting Goods. I could go get 3 new ones, but I'm like, no, this is the one.
This
is the one
with the stains.
This is mine, she said. So,
I can't let it go.
All right, fair enough. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tim this time. Tim, what do you got there, man?
All right. On my trips to Colorado and Salt Lake City, I picked up a distillery-only option at the 10th Mountain Distillery. This is their limited edition maple-finished bourbon.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So, let's get everything settled here.
Okay.
Quiet on the set.
Okay, excellent. I would say excellent. That's
Tim's on fire.
That's going to be tough to beat. We'll see. I've got Memento Mare from Jim Gaffigan. So his latest barrel pick. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to go see him Saturday night. So let's see what we got on the cork pop. Well, that was solid. That was probably enough to win it 80% of the time, but not after what Tim threw out there. So Tim still has the lead. Next up is going to be Justine.
I'm gonna have this Neely Sweet Thumped Rye. This is
going for the win, Steve. She's going
So
for
good.
General.
So
Thumped.
good.
No, I picked a little bottle.
Oh,
It's gonna be loud.
They're loud.
Okay, it was good. Basie, but not enough. Tim still has the lead.
He worried for nothing.
Yep. All right, McNew.
I think he'll probably keep it. I just have some Jeffersons.
Okay. Nothing there.
She's got the most violent action.
She does.
She does.
It's like a nice try. It feels good to like.
It's like Mary Tyler Moore throwing her hat at the beginning.
Exactly.
Of
Anyone have a picture next to the statue? I do.
Right. Oh, you do?
Downtown Minneapolis.
I've been there. I've seen this statue, but I don't have a picture.
I got a
I've got
picture.
my picture next to the balcony, on the balcony of her waving at everybody.
Okay.
The Mary Tyler Moore show at the
Very
restaurant.
cool.
Okay. Jeff, your last but not least, what do you got there, man?
Well, it's not on topic, but we did mention Old Monroe earlier, so I've got some Old Monroe from last weekend. This is the one that is just freaking excellent.
Okay. That was an excellent cork pop, but it's not going to be enough. Tim's going to take it still, so he just had perfection. Which one is that, Jeff? Is that the rum finish, or is that the 9-year?
It's the 9-year.
Oh, enjoy that, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Tim.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the legacy of the Bourbon Daily. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Kyle Neely. I need to go home and wiggle my mouse. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about our legacy.
Yes, we are. So the working plan, and again, there's this whole other plan. We won't get into that today. I want to talk about the legacy of the show where it stands now as we wrap up with just a few more months to go of recording shows, and then we've got a whole plan that'll keep it out there going for like 50 years. But that's a whole show by itself to kind of get into the full details of that. But so as we leave this show here, we're got it's going to finish out at like 3,800 shows or something like that. And my plan is to begin cutting those shows, going back through, cutting out the commercials, and then mixing them up. And because I can release a brand new show every day for 10 years plus. So we've been doing it 10 years, so I can keep putting shows out for a decade without repeating. So why not? If people want to listen to, if it's part of their daily routine, you know what? And you were like, well, I've heard them all, so I've heard it already. Well, do you really remember a show you heard 7 years ago? Does it stand out that much? So it'll be kind of fun to do that. That's a whole nother project. But where do you think it stands? You are talking about, as this thing wraps up, you're talking about 3,800 plus shows, unprecedented. No one has anywhere near that amount. It is topical. It is laughs. It is we've done some interviews on here. We've certainly had our favorite distillers joining us, sitting in studio as we record these shows. And where do you think that this show ends up long term? Do you think there is a legacy there, or do you think, because I'm making arrangements to make sure that it's always going to be available? I've talked with my daughter and said, pay this bill and it'll remain out there forever. Do you think that there is a legacy to this thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever be forgotten by the fan, because there's such a huge fan base for it. So I don't think it'll be forgotten, but I also think it's going to be one of those things, like if it's out there still in the world, like 10 years from now, somebody random's going to find it and like go down this rabbit hole to be like, I found my new favorite podcast. Oh, they don't do it anymore.
Right.
But because I have found some like that where I'm just like, I will go through the whole backlog of shows. Like these people are going to be entertained forever. And I think we're going to find new fans even in the future, even when we're done.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm the latest one to this group and the show of and there's a couple things that really stand out to me, and one of them is there's a bit of irreverence here, and it's because it's intended to be fun.
Right.
There's a lot of laughs, but when I first started listening, it didn't take long to feel like I had a bunch of friends on I could listen to. I mean, you just with people with similar interests, realize the life stories are similar. I love that. But so that's the fun part.
Right.
But the other part to me is just even though it's not intended to be bourbon heavy, certainly the exposure to different whiskeys that I maybe had never heard of is awesome. And I just said, I'm going to go try to find that, or I'm going to, do something. That's all part of it. So there's the fun side, which I love, and then there's the educational piece. I just think it's been a great blend, and that stuff continues. It's going to be the name. Yeah. I'm going to look forward to hearing some of those ones that I've never listened to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a fun project for sure. Something that'll certainly keep me busy in retirement. And I do like the fact that the show is going to be out there forever. And again, while there is this, kind of yuck it up and have fun nature to it, every show does feature discussions about something that's happening in bourbon. And you talk about, there's nobody that's documented the amount of things that we have, because every show is topical. And, when you've done 3,800 shows about different things, whether it's, bars or restaurants or, different releases and stuff like that, there's no amount of show that has the content that we do. And it's just crazy to think about. And again, I start thinking about what happens down the road, 50 years down the road from, when most of the people that are listeners and the crew and stuff like that were gone. And there's people wanting to look back on the industry during the booming times and want to find out about it. Well, we're a great resource for that. We've got a swath of shows from 2016 to 2026 that are all new out there. And I think it becomes important down the road at some point. So, that's what I hope. I hope that there's people reaching out to my daughter 50 years from now, and I'm gone, and she's an old person like me, and they're like, man, I wish I could have met your dad. God, I listened to the shows, and those guys, that crew that he hung out with, they had so much fun, and they just loved bourbon. I mean, what a thing to be part of. There's something that warms my heart when I think about that stuff. It's just amazing to me. And I have people reaching out wanting to buy the shows and take them over and keep it going. And I'm like, what happens if you decide 2 months from now you don't want to do it? Are my shows all gone? And then I'd rather just keep them out there for the masses.
It's like all these music artists selling their catalog.
Right.
It's now, if you could sell it for 500 million, I'd say you better do it. But that's not what we're talking about. And
right. We're not talking about that.
I think 100 million as well.
Yeah. 100.
Yeah.
I really want to introduce my grandkids to this at some point. And just because I didn't know my grandparents from a different side. They saw what they saw: holidays, me out cooking. They see that side, but I want to say I was a person. I was a goofus. I was a ding dong. I was
right.
I had a different side that really loved doing this. It's
Yes.
been just a fun opportunity, and I want them to just be able to see me from a different angle. And so I'm hoping that they will pick it up someday and just start listening.
I think about that a lot too, Jeff. I think about future heirs and people that may never even meet me, and what an opportunity to hear that. I always say, and why does that matter to me? I always say, God, I wish I had this with my dad. I wish he did. I wish there was podcasts around when he was a guy my age, and I could go back and listen to 10 years worth of shows where he's just talking about his life and his friends that are yucking it up and having fun. God, I would love to listen to that. Man, what a treat that would be. So yeah, I've got that perspective too. My daughter doesn't listen. She doesn't care. She's thinks the bourbon thing's kind of a weird thing that her dad does. But at some point, she may be like, God, I'd really like to get involved and hear what Dad was doing all those years. And it's going to be out there for her. She can do that.
Yeah.
It's even more simpler than that. What I love about the opportunity that you've given us all is that whatever our family lives or relatives, whatever it may be, they can, what our prior generations didn't have is to be able for the internet to archive and for potentially to never go away.
Right.
To be able to log in and hear my voice as a great grandkid or a great great grandkid or down the line, as stupid as the stuff that I've said, whatever it may be, whatever, to hear my voice that we're talking about right now, to hear Justine's voice, McNew's voice, Becca Sue, Wes Hart, go through everybody, even Jeff from Iowa. I mean,
Right.
that is a legacy for all of us. That I think the impact that you've created, you can start unpacking stuff, but really comes down to is, hey, listen, if I can log on and I can see this content and hear that voice one more time, I would love to hear my grandfather's voice another time. Why do we
Right.
save those voicemails?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
The
100, Tim.
opportunity.
So awesome. I only have pictures from my grandparents. I can remember I had a grandfather who stuttered. I wish I had some recording of just him stuttering, just not to make fun, that was him.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it's a memory, but it fades over time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
kept to the mantra of this is content but for bourbon fans created by bourbon fans.
Right.
And you have never lost that. And I've kept that in whatever I'm trying to do and try to talk about. And as I talk about the program, this, that, and the other, it's the legacy, I think, is more profound than I think we ever will imagine. And it'll expand as we go. It's not the flashiest show. It's not the big numbers show. But it's
Right.
consistent and slow and steady. And I hate to say it, those are the ones that stand the test of time, not the ones that are flashed and gone.
Flash and gone. It's not overly produced, so
Yeah.
we've got microphone flubs, it's just real. It's legit.
Yeah.
So-
And like, we mess up so many intros and
Yeah, we leave the bloopers in.
Right.
it's like a whole blooper reel. And
But it's like a real show. So many of those quote unquote podcasts they get together. Nothing is in terms of a format. They might have an intro theme or whatever, and then they just start talking. We have a format that we follow, and I think there's something to that because it's a real show. A lot of them are too just. They're sampling whiskey and giving tasting notes and stuff. 100 years from now, do you think people want to go back and listen to what was the Knob Creek release like in 2024? Let's hear a guy tasting that. Boy, that's exciting.
Caramel, oak.
Yeah, but they might get more downloads than we do because there's a lot of people that do that now. But again, I like Tim said, I don't think that stuff stands the test of time. Whereas I think what we're doing does.
And we have so many inside jokes where you don't know if you don't listen to the show, you're not on the show. Like Tim does, like, what is that, Urban Dictionary, Tim, that you put
Right.
everything on.
We have
And I'm
two.
just like,
Somebody brought that up to me today. A coworker said, "I can't believe I know somebody has 2 Urban Dictionary submissions." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, this is so not
They've
me."
stayed there.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Egyptian sand cat and salad jizz.
Oh God.
So Tim, you need a third one so I can do a second one. I've only got one, so I need to, but I can't do it until you up yours by one. So let me keep in touch.
I
Okay.
love it.
Yeah.
I
Stuff
stuff
we
like
pulled
that where
off.
it's like stupid things we say just like takes on a life of its own sometimes. And
Right.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, people will come into the shop and they'll be talking about things that we do or crazy stuff or, McNew gets a lot of that because she's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, she secretly loves ranch. All the shit about McNew, that is McNew and it's very endearing. But, you never know what she's going to say either. So that
There's
makes it fun.
also not one person that listens to this show that doesn't think of McNew every time they see a traffic cone.
It's true.
100%.
Exactly.
It's true.
There's not one person listening to this show that wonders, wow, I wonder what it would be like to get undressed completely verbally by Becca Sue. Completely undressed.
For some reason, that's a rite of passage for people.
It is a rite of passage.
They love it for some reason.
People love it.
But
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting. Like, how they like VHS, I think or VH1 used to do like, where are they now? Like, so I think it'd be interesting 10 years from now, or people are like, where are the members of the Bourbon Daily now? What are they doing? Are they still in bourbon? Are they still podcasting? Are
Right.
they,
Are they still friends?
Yeah.
are we still friends? Do we still see each other? Like, yeah, I think that's fascinating to think about.
Yeah. For me, I don't feel like anything changes in terms of my love for bourbon, how much I drink bourbon, how much I share bourbon with friends. All that stays exactly the same whether I'm doing the show or not. The show has nothing to do with me drinking bourbon. I do the show because I loved bourbon, not vice versa. I never went into this as it's a money-making opportunity, it's a business. I went into it as like, I love this and I want to talk about it. I want to share it with people. And
you
that's
found
what
a
we've
bunch of people that are willing to
Yeah.
play along.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a crazy
sad
cool
part
thing.
about it, Steve, is that the internet and this format has allowed us to take the regions of where that content is shared and enjoyed and expand it. So now you have acolytes across the country, and even McNew with her, she doesn't have her poop face on, but she has her pee face on because she just ran off the screen.
Yeah.
Lost her. She gone.
You have regions now in Michigan, Kentucky,
Yeah.
Minnesota, Ohio, suburbs of Chicago. You got these regions that are acolytes that will continue to spread the news, but we'll do it locally with our people here, and that's unfortunately that's sad to me that we lose that connection as this thing finally kind of winds down.
Yeah.
The connection of that St. Louis bourbon area, I never would have known.
Right.
I never would have known how hot the bourbon area was in St. Louis.
Never.
Right.
Never would have known.
Because it's craft, and
Correct.
You might trip over something somewhere, but that's
Yeah.
Never
it.
would have known the hot spots of what was going on, and that's what I think if there's anything lost by this, that's what's going to be, because the connection of people across the country, and that's where I have I've got the obligation, to be honest with you, to continue this brand that I got kind of working off that you handed over to me, and try to keep on working and find ways to continue to tell the stories of these smaller locations, these regional locations, and regions could be intrastate, not just a state specific, but try to continue to tell these stories across the board. And I've got that obligation to these participants and these folks that trust us to do that. And I think that's the inherent legacy of this forum.
Right. Yeah.
It's that continuing of that message, and it's not just the big marketing dollars. Look local, look differently, and I'm gonna miss all you bastards.
Yeah, that's
great.
exactly.
No, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do on my Friday night now? It's been part of my life for 10 years. I'm like, oh,
I think we're gonna do some kind of get-togethers just to hang out for a couple hours. I think we might figure a way to do that.
And I wouldn't mind that. I'd be like, do you guys want to just jump on Zoom for a couple hours, drink and yap? Like, why? We're not recording it. We're not creating anything. But like, I think that's a great idea. Actually.
So Steve, I wonder if we could put together when you hear of the coaching family tree, everyone that came up under Bill Walsh out in San Francisco, and you had Dennis Green at Minnesota, and a ton of others. How many people have branched off of something that you started?
A lot.
Jim with the flagship whiskey. Darren's going to have the store. How many others? That would be kind of an interesting thing to follow. That's the family tree of what you've created.
Yeah.
That's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's not all just tied to this show, but it's part of your legacy and
Yeah. And I mean, and Steve, you gave us all of us platforms. Like, I wouldn't have my social media, not that it's huge by any means, but I wouldn't have my social media following. I wouldn't know half the people I know if I were never invited on this show. So I think you gave a lot of us platforms that we should be appreciative.
It's crazy. Yeah. That stuff means a lot to me, that, people have been able to, get into the bourbon industry and stuff like that by appearing on the show. It's crazy to me. The cool things that I've been able to get involved in because of that. Another thing to me, and again, I don't think people think about it, but I've probably taken 500 people or more on their first ever barrel pick. I mean, this is to me the greatest experience in bourbon. There's certainly events that you pay for, and maybe there's cooler things than just picking a barrel. But I think barrel picks are pretty special, and it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that I have taken through the shop and through the ABV network and the other things that I've done that's their first ever barrel pick, and it's.
And if you've only done one, holy cow, that's a huge memory that you'll never forget.
Yeah.
We're in a very small population.
Yeah.
Yes.
Steve, like we joke. I mean, McNew, let's be honest, your 4th of July post wouldn't get the followers that you would expect to get if it wasn't for McNew new ABV.
No, absolutely. Like, it wouldn't even have been a thing if it weren't for this. Because I posted one. I was like, it was 2020. I was bored as hell at home. And then this made it like it took off where they're just like, is she going to do it this year? And I'm just like, who are you? Like,
Right.
like, you know?
All of that aside, McNew, that's all surface level stuff. But your palette and your ability to identify brands and trends is second to none. And then look what Justine has done, what the opportunities you've allowed Justine to do. And Justine, you are the quietest, loudest voice in this industry that is just waiting. Just you were doing your thing, and it all comes down to this group of idiots here that find a way to figure it out.
I don't even want to call it a skill set. It's an innate ability to taste and blend and do things that are not easy, and you make a difference, and that's another outgrowth, I think, of that starts under Steve. I assume I don't know all your backstory, obviously, but I think that's real.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean, obviously, I drank bourbon before I met Steve, but I wouldn't have any of the opportunities that I've had or experiences that I've had without Steve.
I thought I drank bourbon before I met Steve. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
That's the other avenue. And again, we're wandering off the Bourbon Daily, but the other thing is having the shop. We have a whole little army of people that come in and they're just bourbon fans and they wander into a store that they heard about, and it's life-changing for them because what is bourbon? Well, it's, you drink your Jim Beam and then you move up to Knob Creek and then you might get something fancy. You find out I got to get some Blantons and some other, and then they come into my place and they're like, where do you have that stuff? I'm like, we don't have that at all. Well, is times tough for you? Why? No, we feel like we've got the best whiskey in the world. By the way, we'll tell you about it. We'll give you the backstory, and you can taste it. And it's changed people. There's so many people that were doing that thing of chasing that stuff, and then you win, quote unquote, and get one of those bottles, and you just pay way too much for it, and it's underwhelming in terms of the taste. And then you come into my place, and you taste some of the most amazing whiskey. The flavor profiles you've always been seeking, you just never knew that they were out there from brands you haven't heard of. But you can try before you buy. So that's a mark that I've left on the industry. The try before you buy thing and making a liquor store a hangout are things that I'm very proud of. The fact that we have changed the industry is particularly in St. Louis, and there's certainly some ripple effect beyond that. But in St. Louis, I see all of the liquor stores now are putting in lounges, and they're putting in the golf games and all that. They're trying to get people to come in and hang out. Liquor stores were always transactional, as far as I knew.
In and out as fast as you can.
You go in, you buy your bottles, and you leave.
Yep.
You leave. That's it. Now it's like, I want to come in and hang out and talk about whiskey and hang out with other people who want to talk about whiskey. We did that in St. Louis for sure. So
you created a third place for people, right? Like, because those had gone away, where it's like you go home, you go to work, whatever. You made a third place. You made a place for people like, I'm going to stop here before I go home.
Right.
And they can hang out for hours. You have great conversations with great people. Like, you did create that, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And Steve, I said it earlier, for me, it started with the show. It started with hearing about this and then starting to find some of these things, trying to find them, whether it's ordering online or when we make my first trip to Kentucky, it's like, oh my God, it's not just Maker's Mark and these other ones that you want to see, but there's 50 other ones that you should try to go try. It started with the Bourbon Daily for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think it's the way that you've connected people. Like, I have so many connections I would not have without the show. Like, I wouldn't know some HR guy from Minnesota. I wouldn't know some girl from Michigan, Tim from Chicago. Like, the people in Kentucky, like, there's so many people you have connected, and we're all little weirdos in our own way, but like, we have this in common, and it comes together, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
we're the misfits.
To kind of tie a bow on this one, because we can keep on going forever on this one. I am absolutely honored and proud to be this part of these group of misfits that had the honor to be on this podcast. And while we may think in our little worlds this means a lot of things, it's going to mean more to people over time as they realize, when they really peel back all the stuff, all the marketing, all the bullshit and everything. This again comes down to bourbon fans made for bourbon fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%, Tim. Well
And
said.
100%, there's no shortcuts on this. This is all in the raw, what we feel right at this time. And if you think about the time we're Gen 1, 2016 to let's call it maybe 2018, where it started switching to Gen 2. I'm just early Gen 2, end of Gen 1. Then you start moving into Gen, once the barrel shop was open, COVID started improving.
Right.
That's Gen 3.
Yep.
Then you start moving into the barrel shop. That's Gen 4. Then there's Gen 5 of people that have kind of gone onto this whole thing. For all of you from Gen 1, and you know exactly who I'm talking to, none of you have been forgotten in any of this as this universe has expanded. And it's humbling to be a part of this and to be part of your radio on a drive-in or anything like that, to try to provide some content, because each one of us comes here with trying to make sure that we provide a solid opinion that's differentiated but personal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean, this is me talking. This is not me and my corporate life talking. I'm guarded to what I can say because of my corporate life and make sure I'm not lose my job. But you're getting the real raw person of who Tim Swyatt is.
Yeah.
Swag Guy 2112 behind Instagram, everything like that. And Dreezy, Cigar Jojo, McNew ABV, J_Mays, Steve Akeley. On all platforms, you can find me at Steve Akeley. We can probably repeat everybody's outros as we go. But it's the raw of who we are as a person at this moment in time that gives us that escape from everything that we're doing. And that's what we put into the show. And if that's the legacy, cheers to all
It's
of
not
that.
a bad thing.
because
It's not
all
a
you
bad thing.
bastards, I love all of y'all. And it's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we're just all happy and lucky to be here, and it's
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
Well, other than the Cigar Dojo, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Jeff and Dreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, and because of Steve Akeley, you can find me at our flagship whiskey on YouTube, and you can also find me at RushCreekDistilling.com's curated barrel experience page.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Mays.
All right, McNew.
on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com is where we put our content. ABVBarrelShop.com, everything that's happening at the Barrel Shop. And last but not least, head over to YouTube and check out Bourbon Sasquatch. Cool things going on there for sure. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we're going to have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.